I'm Stephanie. This is Because Why Not? Bath bombs were all the rage, and then it was all hot chocolate bombs, huge over Christmas. Well, I've decided to make some soup bombs. So, what you do, your regular silicone sphere mold, just like a bath bomb, just like a hot chocolate bomb. But instead of chocolate, I am using rice paper. I think this whole pack was like about $2 at the grocery store, and there are tons of pieces of rice paper. So what I've done is took a piece of rice paper, laid it down on my cutting board, took some, I've got a spray bottle with some water, and sprayed it on both sides, put it down and let it sit for a few minutes. I did try just putting some water on a plate. They got too wet. So you need to wet them just a little bit in order to be able to cut them. If you try and cut dry rice paper, it just falls apart, you don't get a nice edge, and it just becomes a mess. So, took a piece of rice paper, sprayed it. This is just a little bottle of water, just plain old water. And after a little bit, I was able to cut it. So it's much easier to cut. See, as you see, it's jiggly. It's much easier to cut as once it's wet, but you don't want it too wet. All right, so I'm back. It's been about 10 minutes. It's just some water that's been boiling in the microwave. So it's been about 10 minutes. The one that was really super wet from the plate here, still a little bit sticky. But the other one is quite dry. So you can even pull it out. Still a little sticky on the outside, but it's okay. I'm just going to trim the edge. Hopefully try to catch most of it into the other round. Get it so you can actually see me in the camera. See what I'm doing. Just gonna trim off some of the excess. We want to try and catch all the little pieces that come off because, like I said, that's just more noodles. Get these wet again. So I was just spraying a few of the, hard to see on the white, but just re-wetting some of the noodles because we'll need those. So now that we've got our 2 half balls ready, I'm going to first take some, yes, water, I know you're boiled. Take a nice scoop. This is a bone broth and bone broth and onions onion soup powder that I've made. So we want a nice heaping spoonful. And yes, it's going to almost fill up one side. That's okay. And then you can take whatever you want. So for a little protein, I don't like to use actual meat because it doesn't stay long. We're going to put a little bit of TVP powder. Or TVP granules. TVP is textured vegetable protein. And it doesn't take much because just like a lot of dehydrated things, it's dehydrated too. So it's shrunk a lot. And I'm going to we've got rice noodles, so let's put some rice in this soup ball. Because rice and soup is good, right? And then I think that side is pretty full. So I'm just going to lay some of these strips over top. And back so that they don't get caught in the other one. It's a little tedious. I'm still working to see if I can find an easier, less tedious way to make these. Alright. Get that going. So I want to try and make sure that we go all over the edge. Just trying to get a few more wet. A couple more slices that are put together. And again, you want to try and seal that all. Okay. So we've got the other half. And I'm going to put some veggies. Put some spinach. Don't go overboard on the spinach. The last time I did some spinach powder because I forgot. So now I'm going to take some more of the rice paper and put it over the other side. And yeah, I'm being lazy. I'm taking some big pieces for the second one. And we'll put it like that. Now, because the other side has been sitting, it's probably good enough that I can go out. Alright, let's see if I can pull this in. Alright. Take up some pieces and fix any holes. Okay. Not the prettiest, but I think it's gonna take some practice to get them nicer, but you get the gist. And I'm gonna put it back into my dehydrator. So I've got the top tray gone, left out, so that I've got room to put this in. This other one, I'll fix it later. All right. And we'll be back in a moment. All right, so it's been a few more minutes, and I've taken this soup bomb out of the dehydrator. So it's crunchy now. And got my cup of boiling water. You can see the steam. And now all we do is plop it in. There it goes. It's bubbling up as water gets in there. Stir it around. Woo! And it just fell apart. You got. So right now all the noodles are in a big clump, right? But they're easily coming apart because we have some rice in there. It's going to take about 5 minutes. So you sit for 5 minutes and you've got a nice cup of rice and veggie soup. Like I said, the soup base was made with bone broth and onion soup broth. So very yummy. Lots of vegetables, protein, and carbs, all good stuff. No artificial flavors, no artificial colors or preservatives. And it's that easy. Don't overthink it. Have fun with it. Ooh. Hot. Trying to get some of the noodles out. No. Very slippery noodles. So, like I said, it's going to take a few minutes for the rice to hydrate again, but I think it could use some salt. So yeah, I would add some salt and get an easy lunch on the go. Why not? Don't forget to like, subscribe, check me out on Facebook at Because Why Not.